Hey there, YouTube. Okay. So this is this is like an unplanned video. I thought I'd pop on here because I got a great question from someone in the comments section here on YouTube. I was planning, and I am planning on doing a video on, kind of how to set up your drum set, like the position of, where the cymbals should be and where the toms and where the snare and your foot pedals and all that stuff. That is a video that is coming down the road in the future, but I wasn't planning on doing that for a while. However, I got a great question about this, and I thought I'd pop on here really quick and just give maybe a little insight into that approach, or what my approach is when setting up a drum kit. So for you beginners out there, again, this is tailored to you. Although this could apply to anybody. I mean, I've talked to a lot of drummers who've never really thought about kind of the ergonomics of setting up their drum kit. For me, my philosophy is, through a lot of trial and error, is I want to feel as comfortable and natural on the kit as possible. I don't personally care about the look of, like, the visuals, the showmanship of my setup. I admire that on a lot of great drummers, especially like a lot of rock drummers. They've got their cymbals up super high, and like it looks really cool when they're swinging into those cymbals and stuff. And there's a place for that, and I think it's really cool. But for me, I've always wanted to be, as efficient and comfortable as possible on the instrument. And for you beginners out there, I think that is a helpful thing as you're developing as a drummer. And then as you've grown and you've learned a bunch on the instrument, then I think it's great to try different setups, especially if you're playing in one of those kind of showmanshipy visual type of gigs, where the visual is very important to the music. So then yeah, sure, like set it up really high and get comfortable with that. But for me, I think it's all about, kind of placing the kit in such a way where it's going to be as most efficient for you to play. So what do I mean by that? So I don't like to sit really low. Even right now, like, because I'm only on a practice pad, like I generally sit actually higher at the drum kit. I like to, I kind of use the snare as kind of like my center, and then I build everything out around that. My hi-hat, like I don't want my hi-hat, super high. I don't want it super low either, to where you're kind of doing this. But I've got it generally like in this area here in comparison to my snare. I want to be able to kind of play on top of the hi-hat. I want to be able to play on the side of the hi-hat if I need to. But I also don't want this super high thing where it's like all the way up here. That seems crazy to me. And it seems like an unnecessary movement for my arm. Same thing with crash cymbals and ride cymbals. Like, I don't like things like super high up. I try to keep everything kind of low and close. And the same thing for my toms. Like, my tom would be like right here, roughly. I don't like it up top here. Same thing with them. If I'm playing with a medium tom, I try to keep them like this and not flat facing me, kind of at an angle. I like my snare flat because I feel like that gives me a good opportunity to play a rim shot, a rim shot here. So I don't like the snare slanted to me. I like it kind of flat, or as flat as possible. It's comfortable for a cross stick. It's comfortable for a rim shot. It's just comfortable in general. And I typically keep my floor tom, right here, not slamming into my right knee, but fairly close. And I don't want to have huge movement. I don't want to have to turn too much, And my ride cymbal, I try and keep in this area. I don't want to, be doing any of this kind of things. Again, I don't have my drum kit here with me, but I thought this is just a quick video. I thought I'd just pop on and kind of just give you some ideas. You have to move around the kit. There's no way about it. Like, you're gonna, lift your hands up high and things like that. That's the nature of this instrument. For me, what I'm trying to say in this video is I don't like to unnecessarily have to reach for something because I think it looks cool to have something super high up or super low or super tilted towards me or super tilted far away. Like whatever I do with my setup, it's because it feels comfortable and natural, and it allows my arm, my shoulder, my torso, my legs, my hips, my feet. It allows, everything to move as freely and comfortably as possible. So with seat height, I don't like to sit too low because when I go to play on the bass drum pedal and I'm using something called heel up, we'll explain that in a later video, I don't want my knee to come above my hip because that would throw off my balance. So I want to sit high enough to where my knees, and when I play heel up in both my right foot and my left foot, to where my legs move freely. I never want them to come above my hips. I did used to sit way too low, and I developed kind of some hip pain because I was putting too much stress there. You can also put too much stress on your lower back when you sit too low. So sitting up higher really allows you freedom. And with the drums, I don't want them flat like this, like I mentioned. It's kind of like at an angle, kind of like this. I don't know if that makes sense. One day, I am planning on doing a video on my drum kit where we talk about the setup. The idea today was just to kind of give you a little bit of insight. This might not be useful at all. I don't know. I'm just trying because I got a really great question from somebody in the comments section, and I wanted to elaborate a little bit more than what I replied to that person in the comments. So hopefully this is helpful. The key that I'm trying to say is set it up so it's comfortable for you. Think like you want to be one with the instrument. I'm not trying to be weird, but you want to play with the instrument. You don't want to feel like you're fighting the instrument. So your movement should be comfortable and free and flowing. So play single strokes around your kit. See how that feels. Do you feel like you're awkwardly going up high or awkwardly going to the side? I like my small tom to kind of be right around where my snare drum ends, like straight up away from it. Like I don't want it over here and I don't want it over there. I want it kind of like this. And if I have a medium tom, I want it right next to it, floor tom right next to it, ride cymbal kind of over here, crash cymbal kind of up here. Nothing too crazy. All right. I don't know if this was helpful, but hopefully it was. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and maybe share it with others who might benefit from it. And if you really like what you see on this channel, I'd be so honored if you would subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. So, it does all the YouTube stuff and notifies you. And again, if you want to dig deeper into this instrument, you might consider checking us out on thedrumshed.locals.com. That is my kind of exclusive content website. We go more in depth and stuff like that. So I don't know, you might consider it. Anyway, you don't have to do any of that. If you don't like any of this, don't do any of it. Listen, thank you so much for watching this video. Keep drumming no matter what. And I hope you have a very blessed day. Thanks.